we return to a challenge that really did challenge us last time. But this time, I'm going to make it a bit harder because well, not really. I'm not going to put this on much harder because honestly, just because I put the AI on bikes doesn't mean it's going to be that much harder. Well, it sort of does. I mean, I want to say the AI do a lot better on bikes and karts, I guess, because they tend to mono a lot, but nonetheless. But anyway, welcome back, guys, to my Kart Kart CTGP Grand Prix. Where today? Well, 3 episodes ago from now, I tried this challenge of giving the AI a head start and using only way I can catch up is through using basic items. And as you might have known from that last episode, basic items, there's only really 4 items that you can get. You can get, well, if you count triple mushrooms and one mushroom, 2 items, I guess, but you only get mushrooms, bananas, green shells, no red shells, and a fake item box, but very rarely. So that's all that is up for grabs when you do this. So catching up is going to be really hard. And if I ever get a bullet, I'm not still saying it's impossible to get a star or a bullet bill. I reckon it probably would be possible. It's just very, very unlikely you're going to get one. Maybe extremely unlikely even. However, today we got the boy Dry Bones, them bones, with the nanobike was last week. So cheap charger, woo! One of the best carts to use actually. So I might do this on manual just because this is actually a really good cart. Like this is probably one of the best carts to use because I might. And really, I have been playing automatic for you guys for a long time. Actually, I must admit. Like, I'm starting actually getting used to doing manual on carts. I can't believe I'm saying that. And look, maybe from here on, I might just use manual on carts. Apparently, maybe it has actually convinced me it's better off using manual on carts. But I don't know. I think some carts are still like not usable on manual. Like I think they're all like Blue Falcon. In fact, is not a good cart. I think the bad carts in general, like the ones with a lot of speed and with a lot of, like if the cart has a lot of speed and a lot of and pretty much rubbish everything else, you might as well just go automatic because then you combine the drift and the handling stat together, and so the cart turns a lot better. And trust me when I say, the carts do turn better in automatic than they do in manual. It's just, I think it's just, it can feel a little bit off sometimes. Right, Eric, we are now down to the top 30 custom tracks, guys. Can you believe this? We are nearly done. And these tracks, whoo! Remember when they said they were getting harder to rank? Yeah, they're getting worse. Now look at this! Look at this! How does someone design this? How does someone even do this? Like, I'm literally baffled by what I'm seeing here. Like, honestly, what the heck is this? This is probably my most favorite track. And I'll say, I reckon this is my personal favorite track when it comes to design. Because it's very awesome. Look at this, I'm driving on a 3DS. Reminds you of you're driving on the DS on a battle track in Mario Kart DS. Look at those batteries over there. There's actually a TV with Mario Kart Wii in the back. There's a Wii system. There's sticky notes telling you to turn which way. I mean, what? U-turns, Wii remotes, literal Wii remotes. Like, how long? I'm being baffled by the fact that this is even a track. Like, how did someone make this? I literally can't just think of how someone made this. And again, this is my most personal favorite track in terms of just its uniqueness. Like, it's just what it is. Like, for what it is. Like, the fact that it's actually done. Done, cuz, honestly. The fact that it's actually I'm trying to think, what was I going to say? I'm going to have to start racing now, or else I'm going to end up losing this track. But I think just it's so unique. Like, it's just the creativity here is beyond any track in this game. I think this one gets probably the best creativity track. Sadly, however, it's not a perfect track, and it's number 30 for a reason. It's just the last section with the cars and just having to jump off here. I just feel like this track doesn't play that well as a track, and I honestly said that. I honestly I could easily like rank it down just because of that. Honestly, I can, and it hurts. It hurts me having to say that, but as much as how much I love this track, I do. This is insane. This is just insanity. And no track is gonna look as creative or as unique as this one. I'm just gonna say that now. It's just now that we're getting so close to the end, and I literally mean this, and I will literally say this. Now that we're getting so close to the end now, guys, any track that has anything wrong with it is literally not good enough for a top 10. And I mean that. It's just any small details is just a problem. Like, the problem with this end bit is just you don't know that you can just, instead of having to take the book or whatever, I think just the cars and the affected... Oh no, you stupid fucking conk, darn it. Just, I think that end section is just could be better in terms of more track, because you threw all the detail at the very start. You even have boost, like if you guys see, and I'm going to probably show you here, you see this bit of paper and you see those boost panels. The boost panels drawn into the paper, those are actually boost panels. So, just drawn into the paper, so that's, so sadly all the creativity, this track probably gives you the greatest first impression. I think above any track in this ROM hack is the best first impression. It's just after you go through the first half of the track, that's when sadly the problems I feel like start arising for the later parts of the track. And I think and look, again, you probably only see that if you played it for the first time yourself. Really. Honestly, if you played this track for the first time yourself, that's when you probably could, you would see what I mean. But nonetheless, man, I spent 10 minutes on that track because I was just rambling on at the start. It was my internet. And then I was also doing other stuff. Wait, wasn't this it? Surely it's... No, there it is. It is there. I was like, what the heck? Honestly. Alright, this one's called The Heart of China. And it's really... This one's also really impressive. Like, oh my goodness. It's just every track from here on is going to look incredible. No matter what, it's all going to be visually very, very impressive. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie about that, but nonetheless. So it's a snow track, as you can see. But the thing with this track is, if you guys look at the mini map, this track is no ordinary track. This track was more so made that it was more of a treasure hunt kind of map. So if you played this on time trial, there's little hints around this map everywhere. Telling you to go to there, go to there, go to there, go to one area, then another, then another, then another, then another. So it's like, this is like the Amazing Race kind of track, in terms of just you go from one area to another, and then this one's really good for exploring wise. And I might actually have a link in the description of someone who's actually explored every part of this track. And I think I'm going to probably link Troy's video in the description. So, yeah, but I'll link Troy's video in the description. And where he actually took a tour of this track on time trial and exploring every single part of it. And it's just incredible. However, when you actually, so it's a really good exploring track. but it's a little bit confusing as a track because there's just so many ways to go. Like honestly, guys, the amount of ways to go on this track itself is nuts. It's actually nuts. Like I'd have to play this track twice to even if you guys even understand how many ways there are to go in this track. It's huge. I don't know how long again this one took to design, but it's really big. And yeah, sadly how I'm ranking these custom tracks is not how amazing it took for people to design them, but I think just how well it plays as if it was like if you put them in, like how worthy these tracks are of actually being in an actual Mario Kart game. Like rather than just being like the tracks the top 10 tracks are going to be tracks that you would think that Nintendo made them. Literally, that's how good they are. Like just the time it takes to complete them is about the same as any other probably Mario Kart 7, 8 track, or even Mario Kart Wii track. It's just the design that goes into them. It's just something that just looks like it was made by Nintendo, and sadly these tracks that I'm playing are still not there yet. Sadly they're not there yet because they still don't not have their faults. I mean, this one's really good, but the problem is when you play it the first time, it just really confuses you. And I wasn't able to really commentate at all about any aspects of that track. But as I said, links in the description. So if you really want to learn more about this track, I really would advise you to go watch that video. And I would do a video on myself, but I don't think I'm that skilled enough to. Like, it takes a lot of skill and patience to play this track. Actually, it does take a lot, and I watched a video on this one, and yeah, I'm just like, yeah, not for me. Not for me to try that track in all its glory. So yeah, but nonetheless, I don't mind promoting Troy's channel because Troy is the TW98 is the channel I'm talking about. So T stands for Troy, or I don't even know. I don't know what the TWD. Maybe that's his initials, but his first name is Troy. And he just did a lot of he's like the main Mario Kart Wii guy who covers this hack so much more than I have. I mean, he does everything and anything possible. What you think wouldn't be possible in this game, he's shown is possible. So he's just really showcased all the I suppose the ROM hacking community, I guess. Alright, Garden of Dreams. Oh, another beautiful looking track. However, sadly, unless you look at there's a couple of problems. So, at this fountain here, and I didn't take my head start on the Heart of China, but it's just, I had so much to talk about Heart of China, it was hard to focus anyway. So this fountain here, this circle that I just went out of, sadly that area is an issue because if you played it the first time, you would always end up going the wrong way. Because there's no signs to tell you which way to go on that bit. Oh, they got a star! Wow! Must have came out of a leaf pile. Wow! That is incredible. That's the only star we're going to get this whole entire time, guys, trust me. So that bit as well, there's a lot of areas as well on this track where if you don't trick, you're going to end up in the water. And I really do not like that about stuff. So yeah, sadly again, it doesn't work too well in terms of just, it can be a bit annoying in some areas, but I think this track is just really great variety of, just look at the variety of it, and just, I think it's just a great track in general. It's just a little bit too long. Yeah. See, and the AI also, like, can I just say the AI also go the other way? Like it also go the wrong way around that circle, which is kind of annoying. It just confuses you because you think you have to go that way. Because on Peach Gardens, right, there's also a circle like that, but every single AI would always go the right way on Peach Gardens. Which is the Mario Kart DS track, and also in this game in the Lightning Cup. But yeah, Peach Gardens. I mean, I mean, as much as there was that big circle, if you would just know which way to go, because AI will just go the right way all the time. Now, I sort of figured out why the heck I'm really struggling to catch up a lot now. It's because there's no blue shells in this. Like, you're not going to get a blue shell at all when you're playing on basic. So, you just need to be really good. You just need to do some really good driving, and that's about all you can do to actually get in first. Because on basic, there's no blue shells. Or the chance of a blue shell is literally maybe 1 in 50 chance. A 1 in 50 races chance. That's how unlikely it is. So that's why it's really hard to catch up. It's like, and I'm only just catching Funky Kong now, and I wasn't, and it took me 2 whole laps to get into first again. So yeah. And he's still giving me a hard time because he's actually got the best combination ever on this game, which is Funky Kong and the Flame Runner is Funky Kong and no, not Flame Runner, Bowser Bike, well, slash Flame Runner. Funky Kong and the Bowser Bike is the best combination you can use in this game. It's because of its the best top speed combined with. Well, it's really solid top speed and it takes a lot of good turns. And I mean, for 150cc it is. I mean, for 200cc it's not that good a bike, but nonetheless. All right, cool, I'm gonna win. Yay! I mean, when I don't have to worry about getting blue shelled, it's not that bad. All right. Man, I've been talking a lot, guys. I've been really talking a lot about these tracks, so. But hey, I'm just trying to express just how good these tracks are, I guess. Okay, Fishdom Island. In the Fish Cup, yes. In the Cheap Cheap Cup, but. Yeah, so again, you may think these tracks are pretty much perfect. And trust me, I know. These tracks, the top 30 is literally top tier goodness. I mean, honestly, seriously guys, you gotta sympathize with me here when I say these tracks are hard to rank. They are, because I'm just struggling so much to find any fault with any of these tracks that I'm playing. Like any of them. Not any of them, but just ever since I got to the top 50, that's when I really struggled to try and find some faults. And now that I'm at the top 30, it's even harder. And I don't know how I'm going to pick a top 10. Because I'm always at the point, guys, where there's literally no fault on any of these tracks. Like top 20. There will be no faults on pretty much any of the tracks in the top 20. It's just going to come down to my personal favourite. That's what I don't want it to come down to, because then it's going to be biased. And I don't want to do that. But nonetheless. So this track's pretty much perfect. I mean, it's got the amazing cheap item box. It's just this last turn here. You see how the AI all end up crashing into the sign? Yeah, that's... I mean, I said I don't rank these on AI behavior, but honestly, if you didn't know that turn was coming up, you'd crash into the fence and probably end up losing this track. So if you, again, and also got to think about, like, first time, if you're playing this track for the first time, how much would you enjoy it? I think just that last turn at the end. At least the AI is struggling on it as well, but at least the AI is struggling on it well. But sorry, that's very lucky. But you could literally lose by that turn just because you didn't know it was coming up. What if you're playing with your friends as well? Like, you gotta understand, like if you go, if you're going like someone who's actually played this track versus someone else who hasn't played this track. What a good track is, sort of in my opinion, is actually a track that's it's great detail, but just in terms of the fact that playing it, people who are new to this track, it's just more blown away and more like new people playing this track just can't criticize these things. I mean, I personally couldn't care that turn doesn't matter. Because I think of it as a learning, like, once you've learned the track, then you're good. I mean, even Nintendo tracks, like, it takes you don't just start on 150cc in any new Mario Kart game. You always start with 50cc just so you can learn the tracks and then get good. But hey, nonetheless, I suppose just again at this point, anything I can fault the track on is just, I think, just too much at this point. And it's sad to say it because that track is great. Like if you guys were watching that track, that is excellent. And it didn't used to look that good. I think that track just got updated this year, either this year or at the end of last year. So yeah, that track only just got updated and it looks incredible. So no, I just love seeing these older big Fishdom Island. Like I think this track has been around for ages. Like I think it's been around since maybe could be a 2015, 2014 track. I don't know. And well, I'm glad. And so, oh shoot, I pulled on the thing. That was my bad. But so the fact that these tracks have been getting updated recently, these really old tracks that get updated and put back in, it's been really good. Hang on, guys, I gotta fix my controller. Alright, so last but not least, the last one of the day, and it was obviously not a long episode, but I'm probably just going to cut some of the intro out at the start. But nonetheless, the last track of the day is N64 Toad's Turnpike. And gosh, can I just say, this track itself, N64 Toad's Turnpike, when it got first put into this track, it was horrible. Like, this was actually this went from being one of the worst tracks in this game. Literally was. It was literally one of the worst tracks in this game. It was not fun to play at all. So, I'm sorry to whoever made the original version of this track into this ROM hack, but it wasn't very fun. But now someone decided to update it and make it look like the Mario Kart 8 track, and just look at the background and look at this. This is insane. Alright, I gotta get the AI head start, and did I get the AI head start on that last track again? Probably did not. Oh. So yeah, I haven't been struggling that much only because I have forgotten to give the AI head start for one, and for two, I just really want to keep talking about these tracks because these tracks are epic. I'm not even doubting that. These tracks are literally epic, like epic. So yeah. Oh, I love how there's bomb cars on here too. And they really did make it like Mario Kart 8 because you have traffic going both ways as well. So yeah. I really can't fault this track that much. It's just that in the end, Toad's Turnpike is sadly Toad's Turnpike, and it's not the most interesting. Oh gosh, but it's. I mean, I don't know. I think I probably am being harsh on this track. I can't fault it for anything. I really can't. I really can't fault this track at all. But because this is just a great track to play, and with anybody. I mean, this. I reckon anyone would appreciate playing this. Would enjoy playing this track on this version. So yeah, it's just. I just think because of the fact it's just a figure 8 circuit in the end of the day. In the end of the day, it's just a figure 8 circuit, really, or it's just a loop around. And I guess yes, that's a harsh thing to say because I'm not basing the tracks on. Well, I sort of am basing tracks on how good they are, but I did say I was basing these retro custom tracks based on how much improvement of the original there is. And, well, I think this track has been pretty much, compared to the N64 version of this track has gone so good. I probably could have put this in the top 20, yeah, I probably regret doing so, but, oh, I didn't win every race, I forgot I won the first one. True that. But nonetheless, yeah guys, so again, I'm probably being harsh on that track, but I didn't want to give N64. It's because N64 Toad's Turnpike. I mean, I don't know. I didn't want to give that track more credit than its worth. I mean, I suppose, look, if Waluigi Pinball or something, or one of the great DS tracks, well, I think they have DS Mario Circuit and DS Shroom Ridge, I have shown those before, but I don't think they were as up as that. And yeah, and then look, we still got 2 actual retro custom tracks left to show. And I've still got 2 retro custom tracks left to show, and they're even better than that. Trust me. Trust me when I say they're better than that, because like I don't know how they top that, but the fact that they had to make such a more bigger, I think the tracks are more bigger and they just detail everywhere, you know. But I guess that I don't know. I'm just ranting on at this point. I think I'll just stop ranting on. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for more Mario Kart Wii, and I don't know what challenge we're going to do next time, but don't worry, I'll always figure something. Bye bye.